Okay, so let's open it up again. It just, oh, it's up, round the wrong way. Welcome. Today's film is a little bit different and it may end up as an extra. This is a Fisher-Price phonograph. It says Fisher-Price right there on the front. This is from 1978. It's the model 825. There were several different models apparently, different colors and what have you. This one's a kind of beige looking thing. I don't know if that's the original color or if it's just discolored. Open it up and we can see inside here, nice kind of blue. Volume knob on the left here, and then the control, oh hello, well that's off of there. Have to glue that back on later. The on-off switch with 2 speeds for your record. This plays proper records, by the way. You can fit a 12-inch one on here. We are just going to maybe try some 45s on it today. This little dealie in the middle is supposed to pop up so that you can put your 45s on there that have the hole out of the center. I'm not sure that it's in working order here. Anyway, we'll come to that in a bit. Ordinarily on this show, I like to open things up and show you the innards, but I just want to show you why I can't on this particular one, because in here, let's zoom in for you. Down in the hole there, you can probably see that is it's like a 3-pronged screw. A normal Phillips bit, it has 4 prongs. And so there's no way to get that out of there without a special tool. Now I've searched around online and people have had to make their own because you just can't get them unless you're really lucky and you have what they used in the original factory. So we won't be taking this apart today. We'll just take it on faith that it works and is in reasonable enough shape to play something. All right, so let's open it up again. The top is hinged, it doesn't come off. One of the hinges is a little bit broken in the back there, but you can't really see that on camera. The tone arm is designed in such a way that it prevents the needle from getting scratched up for the most part. I mean, you still got to be somewhat careful with it, don't go bashing it around, but it's designed for kids, so they had to come up with a design that would make the thing last a bit longer than you would normally want it to. This is driven by a little wheel inside with a rubber, like an O-ring on it. And you can see it spins pretty freely there. It doesn't actually, the wheel comes in contact with that when you press the on switch. It's a shame I can't show you that, but you'll find other videos on YouTube that show this in more detail, and people that have made a special tool to get these open. Perhaps one of these days I'll get something that will do the same, but for now let's just check that it works. I'm going to put my microphone up. Okay, so the recorder is running. Let's see what happens when we flip the switch. Well, it seems to run fairly well other than the noise, and it's got a little bit of a wobble to it. The switch, I don't know if you noticed that, the switch is a little bit touchy. It probably wants some cleaning. It flipped right to 45 when I turned it on there, and then we had some trouble getting it to 33. Let's just try and do it a little more carefully here. It seems to work fairly well other than it's quite noisy. Now maybe some lubrication of the parts inside would help with that, but again, as I can't get the screws out, that's going to have to be another time. Didn't try the volume just now, let's do that. Oh, it didn't like that, did it? Now the speaker isn't engaged without the power, so... Oh. That sticker. Well, it's quite noisy, as you can hear. That needs some deoxit or something. But if you leave it alone, it's just fine. So let's dispense with this for the moment, and I want to show you the next thing that I have lined up. All right. So this is this is called a platter pack. Phonograph record case with handle recess for stacking by a company called Amfile, the new 700 series. As you can see, it is a record case, and it's got quite a nice 50s styled image on the front here. It wraps around a little bit. In fact, yes, it goes all the way around the back. And this is full of 45 RPM records. This might shock some of you. Let's open it up. Ooh. Now, as you can see, they're just jammed in there willy-nilly, and so much so that it's bulging, and they cannot be easily taken out without scratching. Which is why I've left them in there up till now. I wanted to do this on camera. Now, I have no idea what's on these or what shape they're in, other than they've probably been rattling around in here for quite a long time, and there could be grit and all kinds of stuff. What I want to do is try and tease them out of there kind of in one big lump, hopefully without doing more damage to them than already has been done. And then we'll see what we've got. If you're of a nervous disposition, please look away. Carefully. Oh. Okay, I have them in my hand. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm getting my greasy fingers on them, of course. Oh dear. All right, so here we go. They all come out at once. Let's put those there. A little bit of muck in the bottom. All right, we'll get rid of that. All right, so here we are. We have a stack. And the first one is something called I've Had It by the Bell Notes. Is there a year on this? BMI. Oh, and there's, this belonged to my uncle, so the name. No, there's no date on it, but it is quite old. But look at that. Those aren't my finger marks on there. Those were on there when it was in the box. So there's probably no coming back from that. Anyway, yeah. So that's the first one. Let's just keep looking here. Dang Me, written by Roger Miller. A smash recording in mono. Ooh, Luckier Records. And on the back is Got To Again. So we've got quite an interesting mix here. And unfortunately, I can't play any of these in their entirety on the video, simply because of copyright restrictions and YouTube's policy on that. Oh, the Kingsman. Oh, the Jolly Green Giant. That is very cool. As you can see, the circle is missing from the middle, so we are going to need that little dealie in the middle of the record player to work, to play any of these. I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. Now, I don't remember what year that was, but it's a good long time ago, that's for sure. Bobby Rydell. Oh, The Locomotion by Little Eva. Look at that. What a stash, hey? Okay, well, I could go on with these, but I think we've seen what we need to see. Let's start with this one, the Locomotion. Now, as you can see, they're not in the best nick. I mean, they're not too badly scratched. There's lots of fingerprints on them, though, and dust and such. I don't know what happened to this one. It looks like it got wet, or there was a label on it or something. I'm sure it's going to be boring for most of you if I keep going through these. So let's just put this big stack aside and I'll decide what to do with them. And let's get our record player back. Now, of course, there's always a possibility that we could ruin these further by playing them on this. I'm not sure what state the needle is in, or the stylus, that is. But, you know, they're basically trash anyway, other than they're nice curios. So I'm going to see if I can get this thing out of here. It can't be that difficult, surely. Maybe try the screwdriver carefully. Oh yes, there we go, look at that. Huh, and there it stays, although it's a little wobbly. But that's all we need in order to get this on here. Yeah, like it was meant to be. I'm mainly interested to hear if this plays at anything close to the correct speed and how the sound quality is, considering this is just basically a kid's toy. As far as kids' toys go, it's pretty much built like a tank, and back when plastics were plastics. Alright, so let's have a listen, and mainly what I want to capture here today with the mic is the sound of the grooves either side of the song. If nothing else, we can play that in the video without getting into trouble with YouTube. So we need 45 for this one. See what we get. Now, to me that sounded a little bit off as far as speed goes, but I'm not super familiar with this version of the Locomotion. It might have been close. The sound of the motor kind of drowns out what's coming out of the speaker, so I don't know that any of that will be much use to us, but fun nonetheless. They all pretty much have the same kind of lead in and lead out. Actually, you know what? Let's try that Rolling Stones one, because I know how that's supposed to sound. So we have the Jolly Green Giant on the player here, and we have the Rolling Stones standing by. Okay, let's listen. Oh.
In the valley.
There we go. Quite scratchy and horrible, but we got an interesting little blip in the lead out there. Okay, so this is the Rolling Stones, and I know how this is supposed to sound as far as speed and pitch goes, so maybe we'll be able to judge from this how good it's actually working. Well, I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to be able to leave in the video, but it's got a little bit of a flutter in it, and it's also a little bit too fast. So yeah, it's definitely not calibrated in any fashion. And who knows what we could do with that if we could get it open, but I don't think we're ever going to have it working 100% unless we spend a lot of time and elbow grease on it. Mainly this was just a fun idea to have a look at this today, and I wanted to see what was in that crate of records. Well, we got all kinds of treasures here, but they're all quite scratchy, even though this is, you know, the needle's probably worn out as well. They're definitely beyond saving, I think. Let's pick one more. And actually, you know what? Let's do that one again, but let's do it at 33. Thanks to this only having like a rubber wheel to run it, we can slow it down like I just did. That's worth the price of admission. It's too bad I don't have something I can play on here that isn't copyright. Actually, you know I do, but I don't want to play it on here. I have a record made of my own stuff, but I don't want to ruin it by playing it on this machine. If I put this on here and time how long it takes for the track to play, we may get an idea of how much faster it's running than it should be. So let's do that. Okay, so that played for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and it says 3 minutes and 45 on here. So we lost 15 seconds off that record because of the speed of this thing. So there you go. So there you go. That is the Fisher-Price Phonograph from 1978. That's as far as we can go with this today without finding a special tool to get the screws out. We had to listen to some interesting records, or at least the scratchy parts, depending on how much I can put in the video without getting a slap on the wrist, you know what I mean? As for these, I'm going to go through them and see if any are worth saving. The odd one might be okay with a little bit of a clean, but the ones that are really scratched up are just garbage, unfortunately. They won't be going back in that silly box because I don't want to get them jammed in there again. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you all next time.